Matrix 4! Well, today's video is going to be a bit different. I'm making history here. I never thought that I was going to make a movie review, but, you know, I kinda need to. I even skipped reviewing the last Bond movie, but Matrix! Well, to be honest, it was a bit of a hassle to get into the cinema in the first place. We needed to inform the cinema's crew about the time we will arrive, our ticket numbers and everything. We had to bring all our needed paperwork as well. I even had to send my court order to them in advance. And yes, I sued my own government just to get negative tests accepted here. In Estonia, they're basically not accepting negative tests, you know, only for children who go to school, and I'm not a child, sadly, anymore, it appears. Anyways, once my government's ass was kicked, I just took the documents and sent them to the cinema. Otherwise, I would have had to have this kind of a pass, European thingy pass that you can, you know, show everyone that you're a clean person, or I don't know, I don't care. I'm not going to fall for that stupidity. Let's save this story for another time. When we got in, well, basically they started the movie, but they had to stop it in the first minute in, just because everyone couldn't get in on time. The checking of this leprosy pass took more time than getting the boarding pass checked in your airport. So as the movie began, what I noticed immediately was that there was no greenish color filter. That was a bummer. Also, the movie acknowledged quite a lot that, in fact, this was a reboot and, you know, made fun of it. And it was funny, quite amusing actually. But most of the time, it was, you know, fantastic to see Trinity and Neo once again. That was like icing on the cake. This was the whole reason I went to the cinema in the first place. I truly loved the beginning of the movie, how Mr. Anderson tried to live his so-called normal life. The introduction of Agent Smith, damn, yeah, I mean, Jonathan Groff really fills the part, and let me say, he truly fits to be Agent Smith. About 30 minutes into the movie, I kind of understood that this was going to be a movie about basically fan service, catering to hungry fans. It all became clear when they both recycled the fighting scene from previous movies and sequences of first waking up and the dojo scene and the helicopter bullet scene. You get it, you get it. It all felt a bit forced. You remember that? Yes, you remember that? Yes, oh, remember that? Yeah, this is that from that place, you know, you like this, yeah? Remember that too? The movie completely lacked originality, which was a shame because there were so many other ways I would do it, especially the part before the ending. I'm not going to spoil it. Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu Reeves look very much still youthful and ready to kick ass. Sadly, there wasn't much kicking ass though. Especially now when you know that you've seen Matrix trilogy and you've seen John Wick movies. I mean, John Wick would have kicked asses. Definitely. I've seen him. I've seen John, my man, kick some ass. That would have been much more entertaining. Keanu most of the time looked very confused and, you know, asking a lot of questions, which was a bit funny, you know.
I'm really gonna say that. How could it be? What did you say that?
His most favorite move was like force field the shit out of everything, holding his hands in front of him like he was going to get hit by a car. Remember the previous films? All the scenes or the action scenes were usually accompanied by larger-than-life soundtracks. Powerful orchestral horns mixed with experimental electronic out-of-the-box sounds like kind of industrial metal. But in Matrix 4, you hear none of this. And I looked it up. Don Dravis didn't compose the soundtrack for Matrix 4. Sadly, Tom Twyker did. Although, you know, he's made some okay shit in the past with Cloud Atlas and all, but let him score Matrix 4 was a total mistake in my opinion. In Matrix 4, soundtracks just drown in action. They don't stand out by any means, and trust me, I'm the sound guy. For me, the movie is 40% about music. Without that, it's just actors moving their mouths emotionless, basically emotionless. Music drives the point home. It needs to be the statement. In Matrix 4, it wasn't. And one other thing, yeah, Niobe, yeah, she's in there too. And I felt bad for Jada Pinkett because she had to play 85-year-old wisdomless Grinch with a horrible makeup. I mean, it was painful to hear her still youthful voice trying to screech out granny lines. Just, it wasn't believable at all. Oh, by the way, there is a small post-credit clip too. That was, you know, it was okay. It was funny, a short one. Although, you know, this movie was watchable, It could have been so much more. Was it worth the movie ticket? Not that much. Although it was entertaining and sometimes quite funny, you know, it was lovely. It was lovely to see. But I just would download it. It's already out, by the way. It arrived a couple of hours before I went to the cinema, so... Jesus. Anyways, this was my first and only movie review. Kinda felt like I had to do it. You know, Merry Christmas. I'm SillyLlamaz and thanks for watching. Till next time.